No potatoes, no tomatoes, no corn. None of these were found on medieval tables. So what was there? The answer lies in 6 lost vegetables you can't find in any market today. 1. Skirret. Imagine a world without sugar. You want to eat something sweet, but there's no sugar and honey is expensive. What will you eat? The answer for medieval people was skirret. Skirret was a root vegetable, similar to a carrot, but much sweeter. The Romans brought it from China and spread it throughout Europe. During the Middle Ages, it grew in every garden. In 1677, an English writer wrote about it thus: "The sweetest, whitest, and most delicious root. Kings ate it, peasants ate it, everyone ate it." But skirret had a flaw. Its roots grew in a tangled mass. Dozens of tiny roots, each as thin as a finger, intertwined with each other. Cleaning, peeling, and preparing it for eating took hours. Medieval women had to spend hours in the kitchen peeling skirret. Then the potato arrived. Peeling a single potato was much easier than cleaning 40 skirret roots. The potato was more productive, more filling, and less labor-intensive. Skirret quietly disappeared. Today it is only grown in the museum garden of Hampton Court Palace. Its taste is between carrot and parsnip, with a cinnamon-like aroma. But you probably won't get to taste it in your lifetime, because no one grows it anymore. 2. Scorzonera. The outside is jet black. The inside is pure white. Its name is scorzonera. Its Turkish name is black root or snake weed. In the Middle Ages, this vegetable was grown for 2 reasons. The first was for food. Its taste was between asparagus and oysters, with a slightly sweet, earthy flavor. The second was as a medicine. They used it as an antidote against snake bites. It spread from Spain and found its way into all European cuisines. But in the middle of the scorzonera root, there was a woody fiber that wouldn't soften no matter how you cooked it. Every time, that fiber had to be pulled out. It was tedious. One day, people abandoned their knives. They said, "Enough!" and they never planted scorzonera again. Today, it only survives in the gardens of elderly people in a few Eastern European villages. When they pass away, scorzonera will disappear entirely. Good King Henry, the elf-named plant. Why is this plant called Good King Henry? The answer will surprise you. It has nothing to do with any king. According to botanical historians, the word Henry meant elf in medieval English. The real name of this plant was Henry the Good Elf. Over time, it evolved into Henry the Good King. Yes, it was an elf plant. Good King Henry was the wild cousin of spinach. It grew spontaneously in every peasant's garden in the Middle Ages. They cooked its leaves like spinach and ate its tender shoots like asparagus. It was the poor man's spinach. It was free. It grew everywhere. Later, real spinach spread to Europe. It was a softer, more delicious, and more preferred vegetable. No one looked for Good King Henry anymore. It was pushed to the edges of fields, and from there into oblivion. If you saw it on the side of the road today, you'd just call it a weed. However, it's a source of iron and vitamin C. It's more nutritious than spinach, but no one knows. No one eats it. 4. Alexander's, the Romans' forgotten gift. When the Romans invaded Britain, they brought with them a plant, Alexander's. Its Turkish name is Alexandria sedef otu. This plant resembled celery, but was much more aromatic. Its stems were edible, its leaves were edible, its seeds were edible, and its root was edible. It was a zero-waste plant. Emperor Charlemagne valued it so highly that he included it on a list of 90 plants required to be grown throughout the empire. Alexander's plant was found in every garden. Everyone was eating it. Then came celery. It was a softer, less aromatic, and easier to grow vegetable. Alexander's strong, peppery flavor began to seem too intense to people. It gradually disappeared from gardens. Within a century, it was completely forgotten. Today, it grows wild only in some coastal regions of England. Those who find it and eat the stem raw. They describe its taste as being between parsley and celery with a slightly peppery note. But you can't find it in markets. Its seeds are hard to find too. 5. Sea kale and 6. Marsh samphire, the dwindling treasures of the sea. In the Middle Ages, coastal dwellers knew two plants very well. One was sea kale, also known as sea cabbage. The other is marsh samphire, also known as marsh gorse. Sea cabbage was a plant that grew wild on the British coast. Its tender shoots, which sprouted in spring, were harvested like asparagus, boiled and eaten with butter. Its taste was sweet, with a slight nuttiness. During the Victorian era, it became so popular that nobles had special greenhouses built to grow it even in winter. But in the 20th century, for no apparent reason, it was completely forgotten. Today, it still grows wild along the English coast, but no one collects it. Marsh samphire, on the other hand, was a crunchy plant that grew in salt marshes. It was an indispensable ingredient in fishing villages during the Middle Ages. People pickled it and decorated poor people's tables with it in winter. They used to call it poor people's seaweed. Today, however, it's the opposite. It's only served in tiny portions in expensive fish restaurants under the name sea beans. What was once the food of the poor has become a luxury for the rich. These two plants are still alive, but neither of them is on supermarket shelves. To find them, you either need to go to the beach or make a reservation at a very special restaurant. So why did these 6 vegetables disappear? There are 3 major reasons. The first is the potato. This humble tuber, introduced from America in the 16th century, revolutionized European agriculture. A single potato plant yielded 10 times the yield of skirret. It was easy to peel, grew in any soil, and was filling. It dethroned all root vegetables. The second is sugar. In the Middle Ages, the need for sweets was met through vegetables like skirret and parsnip. When sugarcane started flowing into Europe at affordable prices, no one bothered growing sweet vegetables anymore. Sugar killed off the sweet vegetables. Thirdly, convenience. Weeding out Alexanders, removing the woody stem from scorzonera, and cleaning 40 roots of skirret was laborious. Modern man chose the easy way out. Celery was easier, potatoes were easier, spinach was easier. The troublesome vegetables have disappeared. History waits beneath the soil. Today I told you the story of 6 lost vegetables: skirret, scorzonera, good King Henry, Alexanders, sea kale, and marsh samphire. Each one is real. Each of them was once a staple on every table, and each represents a flavor we may never taste again. But there is hope. The gardeners at Hampton Court Palace are growing skirret again. Some farmers in England are discovering Alexanders. Sea cabbage seeds can be purchased online. These vegetables have not completely disappeared. They were just forgotten. And maybe one day, in someone's garden, these lost vegetables will sprout again. History waits silently beneath the soil. It is in our hands to bring it back. See you in the next video.